problem space, we're talking about unsatisfactory atmospheric experiences. Typically at concert venues, sporting events, things like that, restaurants even. So the problem, customers typically have inconsistent, unsatisfactory, or just generally uncomfortable experiences at these places, usually these more public places where there are a lot of people there, it can cause a lot of inconveniences. So there's a bunch of different market segments. I know this is kind of general saying customers, but especially at like sports bars or some of these other places, it can vary in age range. It's like a sporting event, you can have kids there all the way to seniors. Sports bars typically is 21 and up. Maybe they'll let 18-year-olds in. I don't know. So that's typically adults. Clubs, also adults as well. Fine dining is also very wide range. You can go to Harry's and see a very wealthy billionaire and have his family there as well. So the range of users is quite wide, especially in larger events that are meant for all ages.
I think we just kind of wanted to start broad to begin with because our market our market problem is kind of broad to begin with. So we're just trying to find the best area to focus in. We'll get to that later in the slides, but I think we found out that some of these, of course, don't work out as well as other segments, but we'll see that later.
So some of the applications.
Okay, we don't need to read the slide. Let's just go to the next slide. Yeah.
These are initial thoughts. Yeah. Like sporting events. Sometimes they get unreasonably loud. People around.
Okay, so you're reading the slide. So just hold on. Let me just read the slide myself, and then we can go on to the next one.
Well, at least in the case of sporting events, it's pretty obvious why you would have issues there. There's volume level, lines, parking, just the general issue of having a lot of people in one place at the same time. Festivals and concert venues, very similar, especially merch lines, things like that. So we broke up into small groups and we attended the Astros versus the Athletics game, the UH versus the Washington game, and we went to a couple concert venues as well. And we just talked to people, random people that we would meet either in line for food or merch or people who were sitting around us. That's what I did. Trying to avoid students, especially at the UH versus Washington game, was a little difficult because there were a lot of students there, but we managed it. I mainly personally focused, because I went to that game, I focused on the older adults there, people who had gray hair. So one of the big things that we noticed was volume. Volume seemed to be a pretty consistent issue, especially with trying to focus on what's going on the field, or in the case of, say, MMA, what's going on in the ring. Being able to hear what's going on is very important, especially if you're really trying to follow what's going on. There's inconvenience just in general, especially with walking around getting food, seemed to be one of the big problems. Really, the issue, at least for me personally, what I noticed is there wasn't one specific issue outside of the noise issue. It was mainly that there was a bunch of different small things, but each of them were an inconvenience that made what you were there for that much more unenjoyable. And when they brought up the noise situation, it wasn't even from necessarily like, oh, it's so loud that my ears are ringing, this is awful. It's just it's so much of a distraction, you just can't hear what's going on.
You have 1 minute left.
So there's some quotes from some of the people we interviewed. Like this one person at the bottom, they had a problem with asthma, someone was smoking, it's their issue. But that's kind of specific unto them.
So our plans are basically, our understanding of the problem, it has changed from learning, like different people approach different scenarios to the loud noises, and we would definitely want to proceed on with this market segment